This is a public service announcement on behalf of Strangers in Space. If you're a regular listener to the Strangers in Space feed, where I sometimes pop up to talk about things that aren't Doctor Who and occasionally Doctor Who, you may have noticed that their output's been a little quiet recently. That's because they've switched the feed to a different podcast provider, which means you may need to search for and re-download the brand new feed. All the old episodes will be migrating over there, and all the new ones will be posted there too. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Doctor Who, too hot for TV.
Welcome back to Doctor Who, Too Hot for TV, the Advent Calendar Festive Edition. Today, I'm joined once again by Ross from the General Witchfinders. Merry Christmas, Ross.
Merry Christmas, Dylan. Merry Christmas. It's cold, isn't it?
It is so cold.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to chuck another log on the fire in a minute.
Have you got your glass of sherry and a mince pie?
Yes, I have.
Excellent.
Cool.
So today we're going to talk about Caverns of Horror from the Doctor Who Annual 1971, which came out in September of 1970. So it's basically the first John Pertwee annual. Now, you and I have done annual stories before.
Yes,
in fact, we did an entire annual.
Yeah, it was a Tom Baker one, wasn't it?
It was. I want to say like 77, 78.
I think it was.
Something.
It was 77. It was the one from my year of my birth. That's why I had it. I remember now. Yes.
Excellent. Well, I mean, we had a fun time looking at the off-brandedness of that. But we've jumped back a few years earlier with this one. So I'm going to put you on the spot. What's this about?
Oh, this is Alien before Alien happened, isn't it? I think this is. I think Ridley Scott got this for Christmas. Read it and thought, okay, I need to realise this I need to do it myself.
Yeah. So Doctor Who goes down some caves.
Well, it starts in the caves, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was one of those ones where they just cut straight to the chase.
They haven't got time for build-up.
No, not at all. But they got plenty of time for innuendo, which we've identified. But it's another one of these amazingly illustrated things. There's little breakout boxes with facts about Neptune, which are black ink printed on nearly black blue ink, so you can't read it. And just like all of the annuals on this time, just pages and pages of really small, closely typeset copy, the sort of thing which if I was given that as a dyslexic child who just wanted comics would be absolutely disappointed with if I got that for Christmas. Like, well, fuck, you want me to read all of this? No, thank you. I always got Rupert, I think I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Rupert was just like really disappointing.
They are impenetrable even as an adult because the text and story is so uninviting in a way. And as you say, they go straight in because there's no time for preamble.
No. And they're not about Doctor Who, really, apart from there's someone in it who's been called Doctor Who, but this person is not acting like or talking like or in any kind of Doctor Who familiar situations.
Well, this particular Doctor, he's got a laser, which he uses to... We should say they go down these caves and somebody's seen something there that has made them now go into hospital and they can't speak, which is a bit like Doctor Who and the Silurians, which had aired that year. And so the Doctor goes to investigate. Immediately,
his Geiger counter watch, which everyone knows about Doctor Who's Geiger counter watch, which they talk about as if it is just something he's always got on him. It's just going nuts. So the Doctor's got no kind of sort of worry about his human companion who's been exposed to all of this radiation and just and he's slagging off the Brigadier the whole time, saying that this guy, is not a scientist, and one day we might turn him into a scientist, but we're going to go down and find out what's going on down here.
Yeah. And there's like an overgrown insect or something that the Doctor...
we don't see that yet. We see the insect monster bit by bit.
Of course.
Yeah, so a thin rod came out and touched her gently. It was long, jointed, and hairy. And the Doctor is jerking. He's shooting off the whole time. It's just a venerable tangle of hairy tentacles with thin members which are hard and horny.
Someone is having a great time
Yes.
writing this. They're not too worried about the kids having a great time reading it. And to be honest, those little double entendres were the only sort of exciting things about reading this story.
Yes.
But we do meet the creatures, and the Doctor goes, "Well, they're obviously going to. They're so big, they'll consume all vegetable matter on Earth."
Yes. Apparently so. But what are they eating when they're under the ground? So he's made the leap that these creatures are going to destroy everything on the surface of the planet. But there's no evidence that is what they're eating, because there's no vegetation under the ground. So which companion is it?
It's Liz Shaw, who
Liz Shaw,
is
Liz, yes.
unrecognisably Liz Shaw.
Yes. But she quickly gets attacked by these monsters, made unconscious, and gets disposed of. He doesn't seem to be that worried about it.
No, he's not.
The Brigadier does turn up at that point, and he asks the Brigadier if he's got any links to anyone in chemical warfare, because which I think was outlawed by the Geneva Convention. The fact that the Brigadier is always in Geneva, he should know this. So he said, "Oh, just get the most powerful poisons you possibly can and get back here as quickly as you can." And then, because apparently, I think there's been 3 earthquakes, and each one has opened up a different sort of fissure to the unexplained insect world underneath the surface of the planet.
Yeah.
And they said, and I like the way he said, "I want you to make that hole just big enough for a thin man." He had to, he had to sort of stipulate he was thin, and then the Doctor slides in there and immediately is grabbed and consumed by these insects. And then he's got his laser gun, which he's holding.
Doctor Who's famous laser gun.
Yeah, which looks like a proper sort of 1950 sort of ray gun, doesn't it? In the illustration, with the Doctor with his little caving helmet on with the light on the front. But I think it seems to be he holds off shooting them because he wants to find out what they're trying to do.
Which I'm surprised this version of the Doctor does, to be honest, considering what a cold-blooded killer he turns out to be.
And then he allows the insects to sort of basically cocoon him and like put some kind of like larvae against his stomach.
Yeah.
At which point this is the biggest emotional reaction I've ever seen the Doctor have. He is sobbing and gibbering, howling with inexpressible horror. When which is not what your tea time hero to be doing. He manages to get away, and he falls sobbing into the arms of the Brigadier.
Yeah,
it's just very, it's very emotional, isn't it?
Who is this cat? I mean, it's like shooting Gatwa's Doctor, isn't it? Sorry, low blow.
No.
But I've just never known the Doctor to be such a coward.
No.
He's, I might get eaten by insects. This is the man that destroyed Gallifrey.
But it was the realization that they were going to impregnate him with the larva of of these giant creatures, which were going to eat him from the inside out, which is quite a harrowing. So it is a scary and harrowing kind of concept for little kids to be reading Christmas morning. But the fact that their hero is freaking out so much about it makes it even scarier. At which that point, I think the Doctor says is how welcome he is to be in the company of professional killers,
trained killers,
killers.
It is just not the Doctor we know. Like, I think whoever's written this has gone, this bloody liberal pacifist Doctor Who show. We'll have none of it. We'll show him how terrifying the world can be, and then we'll turn him into a bloody killer. He has got no qualms. He doesn't go, "Oh, these creatures tried to impregnate me, but perhaps they don't understand, and perhaps we need to find a way to communicate with them." He just goes, "Kill those fucking things down."
Because I am so this is beyond my comprehension, and it's so terrifying. I cannot let the people of the Earth experience this. Because he starts having a go at the beginning about the Brigadier not being a scientist and not having that
sort of inquisitive edge.
Exactly. The inquisitive nature to go and find out what these things are. But all it takes is that the Doctor might get in danger himself, and he's like, "Fuck this, nuke the place."
Doctor Who the coward.
Yeah, and he said, make sure every exit of this place, make sure that not one of these things survives. It's completely wipe them out.
I've done a few of these so far, and I don't know what order they go out in, but this is by far the most unrecognisably Doctor Who. And I can see what they've done. They've been handed a bunch of pictures from the most recent series. So you've got the Doctor goes potholing in the Silurians. and they're going, this is what the Brigadier looks like. And I don't remember the Doctor ever having a gun in this season, but I just
Not a
think
space gun, at least.
not a space gun.
Yeah.
And then when we get to the art, there's a picture of the people with flamethrowers, and I'm pretty sure that's either Pathfinders or Quatermass they've taken.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
taken that image
It
from.
gave me a Quatermass vibe out of it. Yeah. When I saw the like the insect creatures, I was thinking, "Oh, right, okay. Are they just going to do Quatermass and the pit? Is this going to be a retelling of that story?" But
Yeah.
no, even Bernard Quatermass, who's a bastard, like took a little bit of time to work out, what these creatures were before electrocuting them or whatever he flamethrowing them or whatever he did.
But no, Doctor Who says, fuck this straight away, let's kill
Yeah.
them. The weird thing is, so the people that have seen them before end up in hospital and can't speak and what have you, but they're not impregnated.
Well, as far as we know, Dylan.
Do you think there's a sequel?
I think there's a post-credit sequence where the people in some hospital stomachs explode and the creatures come out. And that's
I'm
it.
there for it. I do think, if I'm going to give it props, the art is a lot better than it is in the previous annual that we covered. The last stuff was very surreal, but even if the stories are off-brand, the art feels more on-brand this time.
I think the Tom Baker one we had was just like so psychedelic, and you can tell that the illustrators have started dropping acid at this point, having a few mushrooms.
Yeah.
By the time we get to Tom Baker, at this point, they're still trying to do stuff which actually looks like some kind of semblance of reality and images which represent the narrative of the story rather than just like fucking mindfuck of weirdness. Yeah.
And the few pictures of Liz that there are in there look like Liz Shaw, although the Brigadier generally looks like he might be a Spanish waiter quite a few times.
Yeah, it's Manuel.
Yeah, he does have some Manuel vibes to him. But I mean, at least they've paid for the two main stars like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think they use the famous poetry image where he's got his both hands up several times through the publication.
Through all of these annuals, they are an absolute fun game of spot the publicity photo. There's never any case of some screen snaps or some tele snaps or anything like that. It's like, here are your 6 photos of Doctor Who. This is what he looks like.
Get your tracing paper out.
Exactly. Like if there was a Peter Capaldi annual made at this time, he'd be doing his classic Peter Capaldi pose the entire time.
Lots of pointing at the camera. Yeah,
exactly. Beautifully off-brand story. Great double entendres. A load of old bollocks, though. Ultimately, though.
Exactly. Yeah. But I kind of like it and I think that's one of the things which brought me to your podcast in the first place, Dylan, is when people just take something and do whatever the fuck they like with it, and that makes it interesting. I don't like it when you have brand managers and things like that. Even though I said before on other podcasts that things have to make sense and they have to link up, but it's actually the reality is much more fun when people just go nuts.
Yeah, it is this thing, isn't it, that we kind of want our main universe to be a cohesive one, the television show. And then you go, well, then we want the big finish because it's the actors to all be cohesive and it all to make sense. But when it's something from the 60s or 70s that's so off-brand, you're like, no, be shitter.
Go further. Yeah. But and also, I think it shows more about the people making the work. This. It was just a dirty old man who was writing this, who probably had PTSD from the Second World War, and it was just like kill them all.
Absolutely, and they say Doctor Who has got a political agenda now, but it's right here now. Pacifism is bad. Kill things you don't understand.
Yeah, definitely.
And if that isn't a message for Christmas, I don't know what is.
There we go. Cue the sleigh bells.
Excellent. Well, we'll be back for another festive episode very soon. But until then, I've been Dylan.
I'm Ross. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, one and all. Ho, ho, ho.
You call it ho.
Doctor Who. Too hot for TV.
Incidentally, a happy Christmas to all of you at home.